the mixture of, it's like a cocktail, right? Of like a roller coaster, emotional roller coaster kind of a thing. Sometimes you find it and say, wow, that one. Others, you just don't feel like it, right? So we are in the world where information is, right there on our faces, right? So I actually said this some times ago that, ignorance is kind of like by choice now in this day and time. So ignorance is by choice for anybody who wants to be ignorant. So the establishment in Nigeria, again, like I said, who believed that some of these things can be just given. So people resisting to him, right? That's a loss of control. To some extent, right? It became strong debate that it was like, a few years back, that would be considered as a blasphemy to confront the Sultan of Sokoto whenever he says something. And he's not the only person who feels like this. Severally, like even under Buhari, if you remember, they made so much effort, right, to criminalize activism and then legalize terrorism. If you will remember, activist, if you say something about this insecurity, if you expose something that, they believe that shouldn't be in the public, they will come for you. You will be charged for treason. Meanwhile, the terrorists that are killing people every day in Nigeria, right? They have the opportunity, if they were ever captured, they have the opportunity of being released. They won't see any four wall of any prison, by the way. So they will be released as long as they can say they've repented. So activism became kind of like terrorism. And terrorism became nationalism, kind of. You see, the likes of this Sultan of Sokoto and the rest of them, they pretend to condemn. For real, they do pretend to condemn. But behind the scene, they are in support of, it's not even policy. They're in support of the idea of releasing these terrorists. But in public, they will tell you that they are not really for it. But since government is doing it, so they will give them their backing and all that, right? But behind the scene, they just have to give their backing towards the real terrorists just to have the leeway. So they've been having that. And don't forget again, by the way, in what is generally believed now, okay, maybe, should I say generally, like you probably will be convinced that the moment they left power, right, the moment they left power, it suddenly became like they wanted backing. And surprise, I mean, I don't know, is it like, can I say surprisingly? Because for those of us who have been monitoring this and reporting this for the past 10 years, we know all this resurgence, the resurgence of the insurgents and the terrorists is always like seasonal. Like it's only the Fulani terrorists that run their own killings all year round. They don't have any off season, kidnapping, killings, all of that. It's like year round. But for Boko Haram, they do have kind of like some season, they will just mellow, ISWAP and others, they will just kind of like, and with the Lakurawas and others, in the game right now. So anyway, the Sultan of Sokoto should also be reminded, okay, that whatever he read in the news, there are real victims. And the real victims, they have just one thing, which has worked for them, the social media. It has been the place where the world have been able to know what the Nigerians, especially Christians in northern Nigeria, right, and the middle belt part of Nigeria, have been subjected to. It's like state-sponsored terrorism, systemic ethnic cleansing, tribal religious genocide, covered in the name of different destructive nonsense like climate change, or they are nomadic in nature, or like different things that they've used to try to deviate from the real thing, the Islamic terrorist and their sponsor. Now, social media has been the place. Ironically, right? The terrorists themselves have been using the same social media to flex their achievements, including the Fulani terrorists. So why would they criminalize free speech in this regard, right? And somehow want the dealings with these real terrorists, because somehow they believe that when you talk about terrorists in Nigeria today, official, we be saying are correct ones, you will say Boko Haram, right? And what are they fighting for, right? You are going to link them to a religion, Islam. They want the entire Nigeria to become Islamic Republic, or they will kill the rest of us who fail to do that. Same thing with the Lakurawa, same thing with the ISWAP. You will link them to Islam. What about the Fulani terrorists? Same, but with a little bit difference. You see, those ones who are like Boko Haram, those ones want to capture territories and turn everybody to caliphate, right? Meanwhile, the Fulani terrorists, that one is called expansion agenda. Their own expansion agenda is when they unleash violence on the indigenous people all over the place. So there will be a time that they will be forced to discuss peace. And the option for peace is not cheap. In most cases, they want lands. And these lands will be your own price for peace, temporary peace, expansion agenda. Their own is not Islamic, this or that, even though, yeah, you probably will see a few of them pretending to be also like, yeah, but these are the Fulani terrorists. So the Fulani terrorists will kidnap people, okay? And they will rape them and then demand ransom. Those ones who resist, or, in fact, what am I saying? Even those ones who cooperate with them, after paying them ransom, we have had people who have still lost their lives. Because the campaign is called campaign of violence. It is a jihad kind of. Okay, maybe we shouldn't use jihad for those Fulani terrorists. Because like we will link all those ones who have publicly pronounced their religious agenda. Everybody turn to Muslim and there will be peace. Or you don't turn to a Muslim, everybody dies. And they are not hiding that. But for the Fulani terrorists, it is that we are your killers. But for peace, there is a price. We can't link them. So, okay, now with these Fulani terrorists, that you can't link to a religion, you have to link them to a tribe. Because Fulani can be called a tribe, not even ethnic nationality whatsoever. But it's a long story, though. How did they become so prominent enough, even with their tiny, kind of like a population? How did they become so prominent? Long story, but they are there. Okay? So most of them are not from Nigeria. But because it is like somehow, institutionalized agenda. So they've been having free drive, especially for the past 9 years. So you see all these terrorists put together, okay, and what they stand for or what they claim to want to achieve, okay, in Nigeria, they have, there's never really any single time in the last 10 years that any single of them appeared anywhere. So, but when you link them to tribe or ethnic nationality, or you link them to religion, that is where some personalities, right, will take it upon themselves to try to now water down the atrocities of these groups, okay, play it down, and then gaslight you by trying to blame what they now use mostly like your hatred for their religion. Or it's because you hate Islam. That is why you are disagreeing. You get that now? Oh, that's why you are saying that. Oh, it's because you hate the Fulanis. You know, that's why you are trying to call, instead of you to call them bandits, you are calling them terrorists. They are not terrorists. So are you saying the Fulanis are terrorists? No, Fulani terrorists. Fulani normal human beings should stand up and say there are Fulani terrorists as well. You see that dishonesty and denial, right? To leave the real culprits and just look for somebody else to blame. Social media, right? So what does that then mean? It means that everybody using social media is participating in or is operating on the platform of a terrorist organization. How backward will somebody who they claim to be the spiritual head of Muslims in Nigeria, by the way, that one is now argumentative or debatable now, you know, like he's an educated person. He is not an illiterate, just so you know. Or he is an elite as well. His own palace in Sokoto, where they make him pretend to be a king somehow, or a paramount ruler, okay? He has his own media team. Their job is to portray him as a good person. So do you see how it's so? And guess where they do the promotion? Social media. They promote him. How is this? They show their opulence. They show all their wealth, you know, in the dusty road, on the dusty roads to different poverty-stricken communities, and people running miles around them. But they put them on social media. So when you pick on them to question them, it's like, you know, ask them to be responsible. Then they feel offended. Then suddenly they want the entire place shut down, like the political class. They say social media is a leveler. But social media is a platform where people who chooses to pursue truth are fed that truth in abundance. Those who choose to pursue lies, fake news, and other frivolities and distractions on social media, Baba, there are some people's audience too. So it's like a choice. You know, ignorance is now a choice, right? People are reacting to what they can see, feel, reality. Just last night, right? These two people from a community in Benue State were raising SOS alarm on social media, asking people to come to their aid because the Fulani terrorists were in their community. Like social media is like SOS, right? When you go to America, when you say call emergency in America, what is it? 911. When they tell you to call emergency in the UK, it is 999. In Nigeria, when they ask you to call the emergency, you either out there and scream, Egba mi o, or Chineke me. Everybody will rush. Waiting happen. Or help me, oh, like that. People will come out. That's your SOS in Nigeria. Or you go on social media and pray that somebody picks it up before they finish you all inside Nigeria.
As I speak to you right now, Otobi Akpa is under attack. These herdsmen, they have taken over Otobi Akpa. Please and please and please, we are calling on all security agencies right now. Swing into action, no sleeping. Please, everybody should be at alert right now. Even Otupo guys, be at alert. Otobi Akpa is under attack. I just got this information. Everybody are running helter skelter. Mother and children, they are burning houses. They are killing people. I just spoke to this girl now. Yeah, her voice.
These people are even more than 100. They are plenty. So many of them divided themselves into the whole village. Burning houses, killing people. I saw they killed my neighbor.
So sorry.
They killed my uncle.
She's panicking. She's panicking, guys. Otobiakpa is under attack. Please, please, please. We need all the security agencies on alert right now. Please, guys. Please, please. They need help. They need help. As they are rushing to Otobiakpa, please, Otupo, be at alert. Every villages in Idoma land, be at alert. Be at alert. No sleeping. No sleeping right now. These guys, they came. They are much.
Good evening, everybody. Please, Otobi is under an attack. Please, we need your help. We need security in Otobi. We cannot sleep. They've killed so many people already. Please, please, oh, we need security. Please share this video so that it can go viral for people to know what is going on. Please. The insecurity is something else. Our parents cannot sleep. Please, we need your help in Otobiakpa, in Otobo local government. Please, Otobiakpa is under an attack by Fulani herdsmen and they are killing our people. Please, please post this. Please share this post so that it can go viral. Let people know what is going on. Please, we need security. We need security in Otobiakpa. Please help us, God. God, please help us. We need your prayers in any way that you can support. Or God, please, people should help us. Please, we cannot sleep. Please, people should help us. We are dying. Please help us. Help us. We need security. Please, please, we need.
You know, I know it is easier, especially some of us who are watching this broadcast far away from these places that all these atrocities are taking place. But it's good when you watch videos like this, okay? You can, for a moment, right, see it beyond just the names we heard. We heard that they attack. You know, these are the real people. They're like, that could be you. It could be your family. It could be anybody. It could be your village. It could be it could be anyone in that same situation. And that's how you get to know that there are real victims, real human beings trapped in all of this. So then to those of you who love to easily just say, they should defend themselves, they should defend themselves. I agree. But we shouldn't forget the fact that the system intentionally disarmed the people. Do you understand? The system intentionally disarmed the people. And if they find you with an arm, right? Because don't forget again, this whole thing, right, as the involvement of people who are supposed to prevent it from happening, they are those who are deciding the longevity of this whole terrorism. That means your entire system is compromised, obviously. As some are pretending to be fighting to try to want to bring peace, others are milking it because it's such a huge industry. An industry that Nigeria government alone are pretending to be budgeting over 6 trillion naira for. And there are many of those who have been your past chiefs and this or that who have become stinkingly rich, like stinkingly rich, multi-billionaires, as this insecurity continues to grow. So it's an industry for all of them. There are real victims. And then you know that when you have been systemically disarmed, right? It means that those who are supposed to prevent this from happening, they actually expect it to happen. And when it becomes something that they expect to happen, that will kind of determine their response, time of response, and how they respond, which is what is playing out in all these communities. The Fulani terrorists will come in the middle of the night, cowards, in the middle of the night when women, children, families, aged, sick, and all that, they are all asleep, sleeping. Not warned or anything, right? No warning, no nothing. In the middle of the night, they will start setting people's homes ablaze. And as people are running out of their homes, like fire, they start shooting and killing them, macheting them and all that. So that will be the moment that those who manage to escape will just have to run into the bush. And throughout that time, there will be no single security agent in sight. Not a single one. So that's why I said they disarm you, right? And you should know that. It's not as if to say people can just group themselves and go to the market and buy guns and say, okay, in the name of one is a vigilante group, community guards, we are buying 12 guns, we are buying 20 guns, we are defending our community. There is